Welcome back to WD Magicast for the week of October 13th, 2024. This is episode 272. WD Magicast, the show about the mouse, the Marvels, the galaxy, and beyond. I'm your host, Matthew Graken. In this week's show, I am flying solo and will be talking to you about the Walt Disney World Explorer. It is an old piece of software from the 90s, folks, but it was... well, if you're a Disney fan, it was revolutionary, and it was quite fun. Quite fun. We will be discussing it and talking about what it was, when it was around, and what you could do with it. Don't forget to check out our social media where you could join in the conversation. Tell me if you ever used the Walt Disney World Explorer and what you thought of it. Join us on pretty much everywhere at WD Magicast on Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We are there. Make sure also to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out some of the stuff going on over there. Also, make sure to check out our TeePublic shop where you get yourself some cool WD Magicast gear, swag, and help out your favorite podcast while you're at it. And on that bombshell, on with the show. I first want to apologize for the time between episodes. This has always been a tricky time of the year for me with things going on with the family, and I'm sure most of you will understand family comes first and the podcast comes second. So I had to got caught up with things with kids and school and back to work and all that type of stuff. So I apologize. Try to put out episodes as frequently as I can and best that I can. Schedules and stuff just become very cramped at times. Things should be opening up and hopefully get things back in the reins, as it were, and get you some more episodes. But kind of again, why I am just doing this on my own today just makes it a lot easier. Even though this episode's still coming out late, I still want to get it to you. But I thought this was a fun topic. I was milling over different things to talk about, and I have a number of things I do want to bring up. But I figured a review of or a discussion about something from the past that I really enjoyed using, and by today's standards, it's very strange. But, well, I don't know if it's very strange, but it was, it's kind of weird whenever if you're younger, you're used to being able to pull up maps and having apps on your phone and everything being updated and available to you right at the palm of your hands, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's usually with the most up-to-date information within hours of each other or of itself. That wasn't always the case. Picture this: September 24th, 1996. On your computer, you could insert a CD-ROM. I'm guessing, most of you should know what a CD is. Little disc thing you were able to put in your computer, and there was a whole bunch of information on there. This was called the Walt Disney World Explorer, and when you put it in, there was the little graphic and music and stuff, and there was a map of Walt Disney World on there, in Walt Disney World of 1996. So you had the 3 parks. Yes, I said 3 parks. You had the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and back then Disney MGM Studios, and you were able to explore the parks, the hotels, the resorts at the time, the 3 water parks. Yes, that was a mistake. 3 water parks, and the golf courses, the speedway, lots of the different things around Walt Disney World. And you would click on, say, Peter Pan's flight, and music from Peter Pan's flight would come along. There was a narration telling you about it, about the attraction, some of the history and some of the features about it. Sometimes that was accompanied by either a video or facts and information. And then you'd exit out that and go into another attraction, and you could go about. You could do the Magic Kingdom proper and do a little 360 image, and again facts and information. So it was a way of, if you've never been to Walt Disney World, it is a way of learning about it. And if you'd been to Walt Disney World, and like many people who've been there love it, it was a way of bringing it home with you and learning more, or just kind of revisiting it in your mind. And this was it was very cool. I mean, it is to me, to being a Disney nerd, it was very cool to have something like this available to me, that I can just go on my computer and visit the parks, visit Walt Disney World, hear the music again, hear sometimes they'd have the audio clips of crowds and stuff going on, and just kind of be taken back. And on top of that, expand my knowledge. There was a trivia game that you can play, answer questions, and see how well you do and see what you know. And if not, you get to learn more. On top of that, there was also the Hidden Mickey game, where you can go around and find hidden Mickeys throughout the images. So that you had a lot of cool features like that. But as it was then versus how it is now, there wasn't updates that you can buy or download. This is in the fledgling years of the internet, which was a mere pin drop of what it is now. You didn't have high-speed internet. Everything, if you had internet, it was dial-up. And most people, believe it or not, didn't have internet. And in 1996, maybe about 50% of America had computers. Kind of hard to believe. But yeah, no, that's pretty accurate. So whatever came on the disc at the time that you bought it, which was, it's not like they kept on updating the discs every time they printed it or something changed at Walt Disney World. They came out with this, and that was it. Once it was made, it was made. That's it. There was no updating it. So when it came 1997, and things are changing at Walt Disney World, everything on your disc now was somewhat outdated, or starting to become outdated. So what they would do was they released editions, kind of like a book. Kind of think of a dictionary. You have the 2001 edition. Well, we've updated some words, and we've added some words to the lexicon. So there's the 2002 edition, or the 2024 edition, which is going to be different. Or same thing with the encyclopedias. My goodness, I'm dating myself. But anyway, the point being that once a book is printed, it's forever going to be that way. Same thing with these programs. Once they are released, they're forever going to be that way. So they'd come out with the next edition. And in April 23rd, 1998, they created the second edition. And they added some of the attractions that were, some of the resorts that were going on. They added the Animal Kingdom. Now, you couldn't explore the Animal Kingdom like you could the rest of them, because in April 23rd, 1998, the Animal Kingdom just opened. They weren't able to capture anything, because remember, these programs are, even though it was released in 1998, they were working on that in 97, whenever stuff was being still built at Animal Kingdom. So you had either concept art or some images of things that were completed, but very limited information. You couldn't explore the different lands, like in Magic Kingdom. You could explore Tomorrowland, you could explore Adventureland, you could explore Fantasyland, you could explore Liberty Square, Tom Sawyer Island, all that type of stuff. You're able to explore that and look around, and you basically, like, the park maps would be in front of you, and you could click on all the different stuff and learn about it, and learn different trivia facts, and you could go behind the scenes of different things, and it would tell you about how this thing works. You could do that in Epcot, the same thing. You could go to all the attractions in Epcot, in Future World, and World Showcase. And then even the studios at that time, you were able to, go to the different attractions and things, down Sunset Boulevard and go on the Tower of Terror. You would be able to do, what was Rock and Roller Coaster at that time? Yes. But the different attractions, you were able to go on a great movie ride. And virtually, as it were, not like a ride-through video that they have nowadays that you can pull up on YouTube, but a virtual, like I said, still pictures, some limited video, because everything had to fit on the one CD. So CD-ROMs, they only could hold so much, but it was you had a lot of access to stuff. A lot of information was out there. And even the Disney Institute, you even were able to learn about that and find out different information about that. It was a wonderful, wonderful marketing tool. And that's a cruel way of saying what it actually is. I mean, the cold reality was a marketing tool to keep people's interest, to make them want to come back. And for the people that haven't been there, was a way for them to purchase something to be able to learn more beyond a tour guide book. Something a little more updated, a little more in with the times, or where the times was heading with the whole newfangled computer things. There wasn't even really a Disney.com. There wasn't really a website yet to be able to do this information. Yeah, chat rooms where people would talk about stuff, but not really controlled, not really filtered and accurate information. This was something that the company released itself, so the information that they wanted you to know was there. Information that they didn't want you to know is not there, and information that is not accurate wasn't there either. Because remember, just because someone puts it on the internet and says this is what's happening or this is what isn't always true. They had two narrators, a man and a woman. The woman's voice was Hetty Lynn Hurst, and she's actually a news anchor, but does have some screen appearances. She was actually in the original Terminator movie, Trapper John MD, Throw Mama from the Train, and a number of voice credits, mostly as an anchor woman, because that's actually what her profession is. She's does radio and news work. So she was part of it, and then you also had Corey Burton doing the work. You may recognize his name as well. His accolades go on for quite a bit, but I'll just give you some, just in case if you were wondering. He was in the Disney animated 1997 animated movie Hercules as the Titan. He's also the voice of Cad Bane in Star Wars, The True Spirit Adventure and Ted Lasso, and most commonly heard as the current voice of Dale from Chip and Dale, Disney's Chip and Dale's shorts, and anytime they appear on screen, and the Mickey Mouse cartoons, and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Mickey the Roadster Racers, Mickey's Funhouse, etc. All those iterations. So you know him. He's been around, and he's the one that narrated a lot of this stuff. Again, telling you about the attractions, telling you different trivia facts, telling you some of the behind the scene things, tell you what the attraction is, and kind of what you can do on it. It's almost a nice little snapshot. Like, I said, you take your park maps as a nice little souvenir, and you can look at it. It's a snapshot in time. Think about it. You got this map in 2024. In 10 years, Magic Kingdom we know is going to be changing. But forever, that map from 2024 will not change. It will be as you visit the Magic Kingdom. As the Magic Kingdom was that day, or whatever park you went to that day, forever be that way. This is the same thing. But instead of just a map that you look at, it was an interactive map that talked back to you and showed you more and told you other things. So it was a fun little setup. I remember, I want to say I got mine at the World of Disney store. It also even had the Downtown Disney, West Side, Pleasure Island, all that type of stuff was in it. Some of the things that you're able to go visit, you'd have a video about Walt's Dream. You even had a video of opening day, some of the opening speech that Roy Disney gave. You have, again, the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, the Disney Hollywood Studio. Well, it says Disney Studios, but Disney MGM Studios, Disney Hollywood Studios as is now. A little bit of information on Disney's Animal Kingdom in the second edition. Also, River Country, like I said, the 3 water parks at the time, River Country, Typhoon Lagoon, and Blizzard Beach are all represented. You also have the Palm Golf Course, the Magnolia Golf Course, Osprey Ridge Golf Course, Eagle Pines Golf Course, Lake Buena Vista Golf Course are all represented as well. You can get information and check those out. Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, the Disney Wedding Pavilion, Disney's Contemporary Resort, Disney's Polynesian Resort, Disney's Wilderness Lodge, Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campgrounds. You got a lot of stuff going on there. You're able to do some fun things there. The Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin, Disney's Yacht and Beach Club Resorts, which is why people often think that they're the same resort, even though they're not. Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Villas with the Creepy Clown Pool. Disney's Port Orleans and Dixie Landing resorts, because remember at that time they were 2 separate resorts. It wasn't Port Orleans French Quarter and Port Orleans oh goodness, I'm gone blank on the name of the other side. So Port Orleans and Port Orleans French Quarter. No, it was Port Orleans and Dixie Landings. Port Orleans being the smaller one at the time. Disney's Coronado Spring Resort, Disney All-Star Resorts, that was all bundled together. Disney's Vacation Club Resort, which is Old Key West, but back then it was the Disney Vacation Resort because it was the only one of its kind. Until they built the boardwalk. So that was the main one, and that's all it was known by. The Disney Institute, which is now, unfortunately gone away, it's now actually become Saratoga Springs. They tore down a lot of the stuff or converted the buildings over to be part of Saratoga Springs. But back in the day, it was the Disney Institute, where you could go and learn how to be an animator and do business stuff and HR stuff and a lot of different things. Spas there, and the amount of stuff that you're able to do at the Disney Institute was quite astonishing. And they tried to keep that going as long as possible, but unfortunately, didn't always work out. The Walt Disney World Speedway, which only had 1 or 2 races, and then otherwise it was just the Tom Petty race car experience or something like that, where you could drive around it. And that was in the Magic Kingdom parking lot until recently when they tore it down. But the lake from the center is still there. Discovery Island, which is in which is by the Fort Wilderness, where you will go and visit animals. Before the Animal Kingdom, you had this little island, which was there originally. So you're able to visit that. Downtown Disney West Side. Yep, that's it's still the West Side Disney Springs. But Disney Quest was part of that. Cirque du Soleil. Oh, with Lanuba. Good times. Pleasure Island. With the comedy club and mannequins and the 8 tracks and the Adventurers Club. Oh, so many good things. So many good things. Again, kind of nostalgic for someone like me who went there often in the 80s and the 90s to be able to think back and have this. I could watch the videos and stuff that I had, but I could still hopefully try. You know what? I should try putting this in the computer and see what happens. And check it out and see, to revisit, Disney World from a bygone era. They only built the West Side in the 90s. Downtown Disney Marketplace, World of Disney and the Christmas Tree Shop and the Art of Disney, Rainforest Cafe. Again, explore all that type of stuff. Disney's Wild World of Sports Complex, it's still there. The transportation, so the monorail, you can learn about the monorail, the bus, the boats, different ways of getting around. Learn about the cast members as well. The whole thing about the perfect spot, about Walt's exploration and the land acquisition. You learn about that, environmentality, about what Disney World does to try and protect the environment, help the environment. Walt Disney Imagineering, who they are. Horticulture, what do they do? Those are the people that curate the plants and take care of all the plants and foliage and all the topiaries that come out during certain festivals. That's all them. They are busy, busy people. You wonder why the grass is always so green and nicely kept in the trees. That's the horticulture people. I mean, they are busy people. Heavy in demand. Never stop. Reedy Creek Improvement District. Well, not anymore, unfortunately, but it tells you about who they were and what they did, about the fire departments and everything that they did, and the coming attractions, some of the stuff that was planned back then. Stitch's Great Escape and all these other fun things that were coming to Walt Disney World. Countdown to Extinction, no. Extraterrestrial Alien Encounter. You able to go into that? Like I said, all sorts of different things about the shows, about the fireworks. It was such a great little experience for someone like me and other people like me, like us, because you're listening to this podcast, you're a Disney person too, and to be able to again just pop into your computer and sit down and just take in and learn and explore, and there were so many layers and things that it taught you, and you could learn more and more about probably your favorite vacation place. It was definitely my favorite vacation place. It was really nice. Unfortunately, this was something that they kept on planning on rolling out more. I don't know, one, because of the lack of sales, or two, right around then the internet started rearing its little head, and something on CD that wasn't able to update as quickly as Walt Disney World was updating at that time, because remember, this is the end of the 90s, beginning of 2000s. A lot of things were changing at Walt Disney World. You had Michael Eisner's vision of the Disney decade and things happening. And unfortunately, I guess they realized quickly that the CD stuff cannot keep up. And, the internet changed a lot of things, and unfortunately, my guess is a lot of that type of stuff is the reason why something like this, the Disney Explorer, only lasted 2 editions. But my gosh, it was so much fun to explore and to enjoy. So yeah, that's a Disney Explorer. Is that something? Did you ever get to use the Disney Explorer? Or would you have loved to have something like that in your childhood? Or heck, even now. You have stuff like that with the apps and stuff, but it's not the same. It's not something where you can tap or click into something and basically ride the ride and explore it just on the map. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think of the Disney Explorer, or again, if you have memories of the Disney Explorer. Again, check us out on the social media networks at pretty much everywhere, WD Magiccast. And thank you for your time. I know how little time we all have. Again, I apologize for taking so long, but back at it and hoping to keep on going. Got some stuff planned this weekend to keep get some more information, get some things to bring to the show and talk about, and just have to find the time to sit down with everybody to discuss this type of stuff. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Thank you again for your time. I know how little time we have spending together, and the fact that we get to spend any time or some time together means a lot to me, to us over here at the WD Magiccast family. Please go on to Apple Podcasts, go onto Spotify, leave us a rating and review. We have all 5-star reviews on both of those apps, those podcatchers. Please keep them coming. The more that you rate and review, the more that they will do to help promote the show as well. Speaking of promoting the show, make sure to share out a link of your favorite episodes on social media and tag us along for it. And let people know about the WD Magiccast. Walt believes in a big Disney family, and so do I. The more people involved, the better. Don't forget to subscribe to the show while you're at it. This way you always know when a new episode is coming and posted. While you're at it, also consider becoming a premium subscriber. Truly help the show out so we can do more for you guys. Links to that and to our TeePublic shop are in the show notes, as well as links to all our social networks. Because remember, the show is brought to you by listeners like you. In Japan, broken objects are often repaired with gold. The flaw is seen as a unique piece of the object's history, which adds to its beauty. Consider this the next time you feel broken. Never give up on yourself. Never give in. You probably mean a lot more to someone that you do not realize, even probably someone you may never have met. Never give up, never give in. Be your own hero and let your light shine for the world to see. Now I'd like to end this week's show with a quote from Walt Disney himself. Fantasia to me is a whole new opportunity. For my medium, it opens up unlimited possibilities. Music has always played a very important part since sound came into cartoons. Now the full expression that comes from the new Fantasound opens up a whole new world for us. Again, that's Walt Disney. Thank you again for listening, everyone, and I'll see you next time.